Of course, that is not the only interview that we have planned in store for you. The first female president to the University of Nairobi is here with us in studio. Of course, Trevor will be handling that conversation. Trevor?
Since 1964, Zinzi.
What do you mean?
That was just the year after independence.
It's a patriarchal society. Y'all need to do better.
Absolutely. Let's get into it. Miss Ann Mvurya, thank you so much for making time for us.
Thank you for having me.
UoN student leader since 1964.
Yes.
That is one of the greatest achievements I've had at only 20 years of age.
I thank the students of the University of Nairobi for believing in me, because without them I would have not vied. I would have not even gotten to the position that I am today. And I want to promise the students of the University of Nairobi that I'll definitely deliver on everything that I set to deliver.
Absolutely good.
Yes.
And by the way, one thing that comes to mind when people talk about student elections, especially so, is hooliganism.
Okay.
How was it for you? What was the experience like?
I cannot say that it wasn't hard. It was quite challenging. It was not easy. I had to run so many times out of restaurants. People find out that I'm there, and they come for me. So I had to have a tough skin.
So it got almost physical, you mean?
It doesn't get physical, but it is quite important that you understand that it's a culture that has been there, and it's a culture that we need to eradicate, so that we can also give people an opportunity to vie. Yes, because a lot of leaders probably shy off. They would make great leaders, but they shy off because of such things that are there.
Okay.
Yes.
And you had a campaign worth 2 million shillings at only 20 years of age. Where did you get this money from?
My campaign was basically student-based campaigns. Even the money that you hear, this is money that the majority of the students contributed. I had harambes at home, I had harambes at school, and this is how I was able to raise the money to be able to buy.
Did you get support from any politician?
No, I did not get any support from any politician.
Then how come you declared last?
I declared last because it's good when you get into a race that has been quite hard for women. You need to come at a point where you understand the scenario and you understand what's going to happen. You need to know your competitors. There were 13 competitors vying for the same position. So you need to be able to know how to attack each situation visually. Therefore, I decided to come in late because I first went to all campuses, all 12 campuses as a civilian, as a normal student, to get to know what they really wanted and what was not being articulated for them. Therefore, once they gave me what my manifesto would be, I decided to come out.
How did you head off external influence? Because there's always been allegations that all the student leaders somehow are sponsored by politicians, and you say you did not get any support from any politician.
Because, as I said, sometimes being a woman, being a woman is quite hard for you to vie. It has never happened. So while others, maybe my counterparts who were vying, were approached, I was not approached because probably they did not believe that I could get there.
So nobody believed in you?
Not that I say nobody believed in me. People believed in me. The students believed in me, and that's why I'm here today.
So you did not get any call from any politician trying to infiltrate through?
No, I did not.
Your predecessor, Anthony Manyara, what do you think he achieved?
I felt like he was a good leader, but I felt like he did not reach to the height that I expected, and that's the reason why I vied.
So what are those things you want to plug in the gap? What are the gaps you saw?
The first thing that I made sure that I campaigned about was the amendment of the UNSA constitution. This constitution came into effect 2017, and since then there has been a lot of things that do not really represent what the students want, what the students need. And that's why I majorly campaigned that we are going to change this constitution, and it's only going to happen after we have done talks with students. I plan on having a homecoming in each and every campus. There are 12 campuses. So I plan on having a homecoming in each and every campus, and in each campus we're going to have a talk, an interactive session where they tell me this is what we need from you, and that's how I'll be able to deliver and make the University of Nairobi great again.
So what are some of the things you think they need from you as we speak? Because you traversed all the 12.
Mostly it's about the amendment of the constitution was something that spoke to their heart.
Yeah.
There's the student security. You find there's been a lot of extrajudicial killings, and this is something that we need to actually come and find a solution to. Is it creation of policies? Is it getting more guards? This is something that we need to sit down and come up with solutions to.
Yeah. So what do you want to be known for after your 10 years done?
What do I want to be known for? I want to be known for, I want to be a leader for the people. I want to be a leader for the people, the person who actually delivered everything that she set out to do.
Yeah?
Yes.
Are you running for office in 2022?
the bid will only come after I have delivered. My track record will speak for itself, and just like the way I was pushed by the students to vie, if the country wants me to vie, they will also push me in 2022.
Speaking of country in 2022, what do you make of the political field as it stands right now?
The political field as it stands right now is full of corruption. We, as the youth, are not fully incorporated into the government currently. And I believe that it's a time that we champion for also the space for the youth in the government, because you cannot keep on making decisions that affect us, and we're the majority of the people in the country, and you do not include us in the decision-making process.
Yeah. Yes. You're a law student. How will you be able to handle all these responsibilities? So, chair, leader of students, also you have an attachment?
Yes, I'm currently on attachment at Milimani Law Courts. But as something that people know is that women multitask, and I multitask very well. There's also delegation. You cannot do everything on your own, and that's why my government comprises of more than 7 people who are in my student council, and together with the 84 elected campus representatives who are going to represent issues that in the campus, I'll be able to achieve everything that I was set out to do.
Yeah. Apart from running out of restaurants, what do you think were some of the hardest things you went through?
Cyberbullying is something that's very common, especially when you're vying and you're a lady, and cyberbullying was quite hard for me to get over. You will be bullied. People will say you're pregnant, especially the thing of me being pregnant. I didn't know having a little potty was gonna be pregnancy. So people would attack you for the smallest of things. They would say your teeth or anything. They would attack you for anything. So that was one of the hardest things that I had to do. The other thing was proving myself worthy to compete against 12 men.
Yeah.
Yes.
At 20 years of age.
At 20 years of age.
What gave you the drive to do
yes.
that? What gave you the drive to actually pull through?
The drive was the passion that I have for students, and the fact that I felt that their needs and their issues were not well articulated. Just because age does not mean you're wise. There are people who are 40 and still lack wisdom, and there are people who are 20 and have wisdom. Yeah. So age should not be an issue to talk about.
This is not the first time you vied, though. You vied before, but you disqualified.
Yes, and this is something that I would like to change in the constitution, because I vied last year, and I was a very strong candidate last year. But the reason why I was disqualified early on was because I was a first year at the time. But this wasn't my problem. That wasn't my issue. This wasn't because I had not been in school for long enough. I joined school in 2017. We had a semester, and then we went home for almost 9 months because of the political issues in Kenya. These political issues, even though people don't think they affect students, they do. I was at home for 9 months, and when I came back, it affected me to the point that I couldn't vie because I was not a second year. Okay. Yes.
The reason people run for this office a lot is because there's a belief that it's a money-minting office.
This is not the reason why I vied. It is not a reason why I vied. People earn a mere salary of 10,000 shillings. So how is it a money-minting place for politics? It's not a money-minting area for me. For me, it's the fact that I want to leave a legacy. I want to show that women can lead, and I want to actually empower other women to also move forward and bring their bid forth. I've actually started a foundation called Ann Mwangi Foundation. And in this foundation, it's a foundation where women can get support, women can get training in order to know the issues and challenges that they'll face, and also get courage to also vie for positions in different areas.
All right.
Yes.
So, and you say your legacy should be changing that constitution and ensuring you serve the people.
Yes, and changing the narrative of the University of Nairobi. No, I'm not going to confirm that today.
All right. Thank you so much for making time for us, Ms. Ann Mvurya, UoN student leader, the first lady to be elected since 1964 in the University of Nairobi.